Hello, traders, and welcome to the market opening preview on a Friday, August 19th, 2016. Traders coming to you live from Thailand, currently 7:53 hours in the morning. That would be 20:53 hours on Wall Street. Traders, great to be with you. Beautiful, bright blue sunny skies, white sandy beaches, and already people in the pool at this hour of the morning. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, please come visit our website at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. All right, traders, let me introduce myself to you. Don't want to talk long today. It's a Friday. We're ready to get some work done and take a weekend off, right? All right, my name is William Guild. I am your moderator for the market opening preview series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, if you take a look at your charts at London, just go back about 12 or 11 candles, and you can see where we started our presentation. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006. Yes, I'm in my 10th year of trading Forex. And I finished a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida in 2008. Traders, 9 days later, got on the Big Bird Thai Airways, came to Bangkok, Thailand. 9 days later, was only here for 3 months. Well, traders, 3 months has turned into, I'm in my 9th year living in Asia. Absolutely love it. The people, the food, the climate, the weather, just really, really a great place to retire. But most of all, I have to tell you, the time zone for a Forex trader is awesome. I could trade all 3 trading sessions and still get a good night's rest. I trade Asia and London. I trade Forex. And in New York, I trade for about 2 to 2.5 hours. I trade options. So, yeah, I stay busy. It's not a slow week for me. I keep very, very busy, and I'm involved in the market. That is so important. You have to be involved. Therefore, I listen to a data feed, a news feed, probably 18 hours out of the day. I need to know what's going on around the world, right? Need to know what numbers are coming out. Need to know when there's announcements. This is also very important as a trader, and I take that and I put that with my technicals because I'm a technical trader. I love charts. I love candlestick patterns. I love price action, price structure, price failure, price levels. Wow, we did a trade yesterday on the Aussie dollar. It was all about price levels. Hit a level, couldn't break it. Boom, there she goes. Get a nice red candle, next candle. We're down. Beautiful, beautiful. And I will show that to you as we move forward in the charts. So after you put these two together, you come up with an analysis, and then you make up a trade plan. And once you have a trade plan, just follow your trade plan for whatever currency pairs you're looking at for the day. So I do between 6 and 8 trade plans every day. Doesn't mean I trade 6 pairs. If 2 work out, that's great. If 3 work out, that's great. That's just to get in the trade. Now,
Under 5 minutes
if
ago,
I can get 2 or 3 to give me profit, that's even better. However, I like to be in a lot of positions, so I trade small, but I trade a lot. I like to be in 5, 6 positions all day, right? And then if I lose 2 and I win 3, right, my odds are in my favor, right? Probabilities are just helping me out. And I find that also true with options trading. All right, that's just a little bit about me. All right, let's get to the risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex market. Traders, this is a game of capital preservation. You have to have enough capital to trade another day. Traders, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's do it. Let's head over to news and commentary. Let's give you some numbers as they come out. Hey, the Dow 30 closed positive 0.13%. The S&P 500 closed positive 0.22%, and the NASDAQ closed positive 0.22%, and the small cap 2000 finally gave us a green day at 0.76%. Glad to see that. I have options that expired today, so I will be in the New York session probably over 3 hours. It is going to be a late night for me on a Friday. That's not good. I like to go to dinner on a Friday night and enjoy it and get my weekend off to the right start, but I will be taking some options off the table today, and I hate to say, two of them are not going to be in profit. All right, but that's part of trading. Let's take a look at what happened in the Eurozone. The DAX closed positive 0.62%. The FTSE 100 closed 0.14%. And the CAC 40 out of Paris closed positive 0.4%, with the Eurostoxx 50 positive 0.42%. Nice day in the Eurozone. Traders, we're going to come over to Asia. The Nikkei 225 is currently trading positive 0.50%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is positive 0.31%. The China A50 closed yesterday negative 0.49%. They're not open yet. They open in about 31 minutes. And the Hang Seng also opens in about 31 minutes, and they closed positive yesterday at 0.98%. However, the Kospi out of Seoul is currently trading, and they are barely negative at negative 0.01%. Traders, let's take a look at the economic calendar, and I have to tell you, it is very weak today. There is like all low impact news events. We do have a medium impact news event. We have retail sales out of Canada in the U.S. session and CPI month on month, but those are medium impact and don't know how strong that's going to be. However, they do have a high impact news event, which is core retail sales month on month for July, and that all comes out at the same time, 1 hour before the U.S. markets open. Traders, the U.S. session has nothing today, so don't worry about the U.S. session. That's about it as far as data coming out of the U.S. So very slow technical day. I think it's going to be a very slow Friday, folks. I have to make a comment. I do have to make this comment. I want to let you know that this doing what I do, and I love every second of it, but it has been very difficult. I've been trading a long time, and this, I think, was the worst summer trading I've seen in a lot of years. It just really is a grind out there, and it's very difficult to trade, and you just have to be careful. We only have 2 weeks left, folks. After the first Monday in September, that is Labor Day in the United States. By Wednesday, everybody will be back to full force, and so we only have 2 weeks and a couple of days, and we'll be back to full force in the markets. The big hedge funders and the big market players, they'll all be back to work, and their vacations in Martha's Vineyard and Long Island Sound are coming to a close. So let's get them back to work, and let's get these markets somewhat steady. They're all over the place. On that note, that's my speech for today. And I guess my point is, man, if you don't have to trade, don't trade. Now, I understand a lot of us trade for a living, right? So not trading doesn't pay the bills. But just be very careful and just have a very good plan, have it written, have it watched, and just be very careful and make sure you listen to those fundamentals. All right, let's take a look at the euro dollar. Euro dollar had a little up move yesterday. Listen, traders, don't get psyched out on this that the euro dollar all of a sudden is strong. Okay, the euro dollar is still a bearish pair. This is not a bullish pair. Look at a daily chart. Look at a 4-hour chart. This is not a strong pair. This is a weak pair. The dollar is going to come back in a day or two. If it has, I haven't looked at it this morning, but I would assume that it's above 95 because of how the markets closed yesterday in the U.S. So, the dollar is going to come back. The euro has nothing to offer, right? The euro has nothing to offer. Their economic situation is pretty sad. The Great British Pound, however, yesterday did have some good data coming out. We'll get to that in just a second. So what's my trade plan here? My trade plan is I want to sell this. I just want to sell this. Now, if this was a red candle instead of a blue candle, that last candle, this would be almost like an opportunity to jump in this because your drawdown is minimal. You're going to risk, what do we got there? 10. You're going to risk about 12 points, 12 pips. And, you got a chance for this to come back down to 1.1259. We're getting in at 1.1356. This is a 95 pip trade, right? If it pulls back down. The problem is there's no catalyst, right? So there's a possibility it's going to go sideways. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be a pretty active day today myself. All right, let's take a look at the pound. The pound had some really good data yesterday. You can see that with the big blue candle. Was their retail sales number really came out very positive yesterday, spiked the pound up quite a bit. They're currently at what are they at? They're 34, 31.75, and we'll just because the way this video goes, I would like to tell you that 3 days ago, I would be saying to buy this and counter trend trade this and take it up. Now, what helped it was retail sales came out positive. What if retail sales would have came out bad? This would be down below the 200 exponential moving average, right? But traders that took a bunch of pound trades did very well. However, let's get down to the serious stuff, and that is this is a bearish pair. I don't look to buy the Great British Pound US dollar. I want to sell it. I don't care what you traded against the pound. You don't want to be buying the Great British Pound. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the Aussie. Aussie did some wonderful work yesterday, and the day before, and I did very well, by the way. I have to tell you that I got in on this big down mode on these red candles. You see that if you look at it, where the red is coming down, you see that spike there? Yeah. 2 candles later, I got in when it was below the 10, and I rode this all the way down. It was nice to have a successful trading day. And the nice thing is it actually gave you a retest. You could have made some money coming back down again. Then went back up, and now it's sitting at the daily pivot point sideways. And now it's down to this trend line. No data today, to this trend line in 30 minutes since I took the screenshot and came up. So now at this trend line, so we wanted to break the trend line, and we wanted to retest it. So we need to see a red candle, close below it, and then a green candle, and then we can get a red candle and sell it. And I'd like to sell it at 0.7661, and we'll take profit at 0.7617. So nice trade on the Aussie. Let's see if we can get that down. Everybody 2 days ago said, "Oh, the Aussie's bullish." Yeah, no, the Aussie is not bullish, folks. Sorry, it's a commodity pair. It moves all over the place. Go and look at higher time frames. This pair is bearish. All I want to do is sell this. And if you buy it, realize it's a counter trend trade. So what does that mean if it's a counter trend trade? Well, it means your position is smaller. The amount of lots you're going to put in there, whether minis, micros, or macros, your lots are smaller, and you just have a bigger stop, right? And that's how you have to trade that. So yeah, but my theory in my trading is I trade a lot, but I trade small. So I can't get much smaller than I already trade, but I trade a lot of pairs, right? I like to be in a lot of positions in intraday status. I don't keep trades overnight 90% of the time, only because I get no sleep. I keep waking up wanting to look at my charts. All right, let's take a look at the Euro Aussie, one of my favorite pairs. Here we got, now we're up to a quad top here, and, this is just fighting this resistance level. This is another one that was a really nice trade to the downside. You saw this coming, and this was a news candle, of course, and you could have shorted this with about a 4 or 5 pip stop at that doji. Just put about 5 pips above it and shorted this, and you would have did very well. As soon as I saw that blue candle after that big red candle, the data came out, I would have been out. That would have been it. Finished. Take the money and run, right? Bank it in the pip bank. And that would have been that trade plan. But I don't trade news candles. I have to be very honest with you. I do not trade news candles. I trade the aftermath of the news candle. And the aftermath on this news candle was sideways for 6 hours and then came back up again, right? So this was a nice move to the upside. What gave you some clues here? Well, you end up with a doji. Then it closes above the 10 EMA. That's clue number 1. Next candle's blue. You're in, right? You get a little nervous. You get a red candle that comes back down to the 10. Get a blue candle. Now you got to close above the 55. Well, now you know you're safe. This doji doesn't mean anything, and away we go. And then you end up going sideways, and it trickles its way up this morning in Asia. So, yeah, great trade plan. Great trade plan. But the Euro Aussie, when it gets in its position, and there's no correlation to anything with the Euro Aussie. It just does what it wants to do, and that's its personality. But when it does it, it moves great pips. All right, let's take a look at the Aussie Yen. Aussie Yen again back up, came down yesterday. Nice move. If you would have taken our trade plan yesterday, you would have made profit. And now it's moved all the way back up to resistance. This is great. Let's sell it at 113.85. We're going to get out at 113.33. Yep, it's only a 50 pip trade. And yep, I'm looking to get into it. I'm looking to sell this. This baby is going to fall like a rock today. Just got that in my mind, right? But now, what's the bad things? Well, the bad thing is, one, the 10 exponential moving average, that thin brown line, is pretty far away from current price. That is not a good thing. Second bad thing, we have the 55 and the 200 curving to the upside. That is not a good thing for our sell trade, right? That means we're going to have to fight that coming back down if we end up getting in a position to sell this. So as much as I want to sell it, I don't think it's going to happen today on a Friday. Unless Japan comes out with a bunch of talking like they did yesterday, and that's very possible. So we'll see how it goes. New Zealand dollar, beautiful trade set up for today. This is like click your button now and go. This is click it and go. This is like ready to go, folks. So you're going to see this either in Asia or you're going to see it in London. You just want to sell this. And just do it. Just sell it. This is closed twice below the daily pivot point in the 55. Yeah, time to go. Let's get in here at 0.7271. I've given you a couple of targets to get out at. Minimum scale out is 0.7248. Take some off the table, put some in your pocket, right? And the second one would be ride the floater all the way down to 0.7217. So, you grab another 30 pips if you can get that to break that 200. Now, it's going to be an issue. It's not going to be easy. So you have to decide what you're going to do. Go to break even, take 10 pips, put it in your pip bank, and then just have a flow to take these back down to 0.7217. All right, trade is over 2 minutes today, and I knew that was going to happen. It's a Friday. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL, Excellence in Trading, I want to thank you for joining me this week. It's been fun. It's been adventurous. I just love doing what I do, and I hope you do too. I hope you love being at your charts and listening to fundamentals and just making trades. And folks, you got to make trades. If you don't make trades, you can't be a winner, right? You got to make trades. You got to throw the dart. If your money management, your trade management's in line, you take some losses, it's not a big deal. Trade a lot, trade small, and you can do well. You can do well, folks. I'm telling you. All right, do what I always say, trade smart and not hard. Traders, have a great weekend, and we'll see you in the next Asia session. Take care now. Bye-bye.